Okay. Slice of Sin number 42. First ever audio Slice of Sin. We're gonna try this. Who knows how it's gonna turn out? Don't be expecting much. Lost, forgotten, and alone. And, of course, gonna clap my hands together. Hello, hunters. Oh, God, this is so stupid. But, I'm trying my best here, guys. Do, re, mi, mo, do, me, re, mo. Okay. Well, your acting chops here, Justin. Hundreds of years ago, a woman gave birth to a ghost. A faceless, formless thing which can't be seen, can't be heard, and can't interact with any world or anyone. Me! She gave birth to me. I was born, and from the very, very start, I was alone. Yeah, real cruel twist of fate on that one. From the time I breathed my first breath, I was forgotten. And faulty. I sometimes wonder what's going through my mother's head that day. All that stress, hours of labor, so much pain, carrying a kid for so long. And then she couldn't even remember being pregnant in the first place. Just completely forgot everything. I don't exist, so things are weird for me. Really, really weird. But I can still feel. I feel lonely all the time. But when I was an infant, I didn't really feel that. After all, I don't even think I had much of a brain at that point. I just hurt a lot. Yeah. Now, the rumors say that I can't feel anything. Not true, not true, not true. I hurt, and it hurt bad. Really, really bad when I was young. But no matter how much I hurt, I couldn't die. No. Starving to death? Nah. Freezing, hurting, no. You can't die. I can't die. Because you need to be a person to die. You need to exist in the first place to be able to die. And I don't. So, I'm just suffering with the own paradox of my own non-existence. It's so weird being me. These are problems you never think you have to deal with. But they're my common life. Yeah. My life sucks. Anyway, let's skip a few years. I'm gonna make it to my adolescence. I want to say I was, 16, 17 here, maybe? Not really sure. It's hard to tell. It's been so long, and it's not like I really changed much. At this point, I'd been through a lot. Taught myself how to walk, how to talk. But I was still just the anonymous nothing. Couldn't interact with people or even things. I was less than a ghost, really. least ghosts can do hauntings. No, I was just a silent observer of the world around me. I watched my mother live a pretty decent life, honestly. She sure moved past the whole giving birth thing pretty quick. In all fairness, she didn't even remember she gave birth, but still, a big event for me. Didn't even care. She'd met a good guy. I think his name was like, what, Jeff or something? I don't know. I had some kids. It was nice for him, really. Well, I'm not upset about it nowadays, but it did really piss me off back then. After all, here she was, living the good life, being the happy mother of a household with her beautiful, blossoming baby boys. Meanwhile, I'm over there, standing in the dark corner of the room, just being jealous, upset, miserable. Oh, I was so whiny. Things weren't fair. Eventually, my jealousy reached a really, really big peak. I got sick of it. Sick of hearing bedtime stories and seeing her love them. Sick of hearing the gurgle. Sick of all of it. It wasn't right, okay? I just wanted to be there. I wish I could have been a part of their family, but I wasn't. So then, I committed the first of many unspeakable acts in my life. I don't know how I did it, really. I hadn't even learned how to touch things yet. And yet somehow I picked up a knife. Maybe I was just so upset it made me learn. Maybe the universe itself wanted me to do something terrible. I've heard that this world's supposed to be run on misery or something or another. Either way, for whatever reason, I touched the first thing I could ever touch in this world. A dull knife. And then I used it to murder my mother. Stabbed into her neck repeatedly in front of her kids. They were screaming and crying. They couldn't see me, just see their mother dying on the floor. It's gotta be terrible. But I hated her so much. I hated her for giving birth to me. I hated her. I hated her for forgiving me. I hated her for not loving me. And nowadays, I can look back on this, think to that situation, and realize it was really unfair. She didn't deserve that. They didn't deserve that. It's not their fault that I am whatever I am. But in the moment, I needed someone to blame. That same night, I killed my 2 little siblings and their dad. An entire family gone, dead. People would show up and investigate. First time I saw hunter people, they assumed some corrupted it did it or something. I didn't really care and know what they were, so I just left. And I was alone in the world after that. Truly. I mean, obviously I've always been alone, but at that point, I actually had no one. Before I could at least pretend I had a mother. But now she was dead. So I just wandered around Europe, seeing different things, trying to see if there's a way to fix me, make myself normal, or hell, find a way to kill myself. I sort of felt bad after a while. Maybe it was clarity returning to me after all of the intensity and murder went out the head. It's terrible. I hated that time. But eventually, I came across a book, a really popular book at the time. It was a book about a murder, a household murder. A family of 4 killed mysteriously. No evidence ever found. Crime left unsolved. And I obviously knew immediately. It was about me. It was about my mom, about my siblings, her husband. It was us, our story, my story. It was me being noticed. The first time ever, it was me existing in this world in some way. I didn't think I'd ever exist. And then I saw this, and I was there. They were talking about me. They were acknowledging me. And I wanted to be acknowledged more. I wanted more people to hear about the things I do, to see me in some way, even if I'm not really there. So I started committing more sins. I found people, I killed them. I didn't have to be civil about it, so I never was. Gruesome, brutal murder scenes, each one worse than the last, and the headlines rolled in. The stories began to be told, and suddenly I went from being forgotten to being infamous. They gave me a few different little names. They didn't associate it all with the same person. Sometimes I was the head collector, sometimes I was the axe head killer, sometimes I was the Saint Street Stabber, I think. But the one that became the most popular was Jack the Ripper. Not really sure why that one stuck out to the populace so much, but fair enough. Okay. Jack the Ripper, then. I guess that's me. Sure. Call me that. I'm a bad person. If I can even be considered a person. I killed a lot of people, and I did it for a really selfish reason. I am a monster, even if I'm not corrupted. And I'll always be a monster. Maybe not being able to exist is what I deserve for all the things I do and all the things I did. But having notoriety, it felt good in the moment. It really did. And yeah, there was guilt, but guilt could pass later. I loved being heard of. I loved being real. I thought that was the best I could do. That being an infamous killer was the peak I could reach. That there wasn't any other heights I could achieve. That this was the closest I'd ever come to having something. And then this interesting person wandered into my life. I never even realized that I was broken. But he fixed me. At least fixed whatever was left to fix. Made me better. A less terrible person, maybe? I don't know. He saw me. And he didn't just see me as a killer, or as this legend, or whatever I had become. No, he saw me as something I never even saw myself as. He saw me as a person, and thought I could do great things. And I guess because he believed in me, I wanted to believe in myself. So I started working with him after that, and we became friends. Yeah, friends. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, we're friends. I needed a Polly. I don't know what I would have done. I don't know how many people I would have hurt. I don't know what type of person I'd be if I never met Polly. I'd probably be going down even further into my own darkness, I'd probably be alone still. I'd be forgotten. But I'm not. And the reason why I'm not is because of him. So I'd do anything for him. He means the world to me. Okay, yeah, anyway, yeah. So, yeah, that's a little bit about me. Hi, you can call me Jack. No, it's not my name, but, I can't say my real name, so let's just go with Jack. Nice to meet everyone. Okay. Okay, best try. Let's see. Hopefully that went well.